is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yes, so yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hello, welcome. Hope everybody's well. Thank you very much for coming over to another Sunday lunchtime live with myself and Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to everybody who sent photographs over for the mushroom week. Really good, again, response. As you see, some really awesome pieces. We'll show it again later on in the live, and then I'll also play at the end. And I'm also going to stick it on YouTube like we did before, so everybody out there can see some of the great work that you guys have done. So well done to each and every one of you who actually took time to, take part in the hashtag mushroom week. So today, as the title says, current and finishers. Um, there's a lot of hoo-ha, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can use, what you can't use. So I thought I'd just go through a few basic things today. I'm not trying to preach to people, but try and hopefully help people who are coming into the turning world to let them know what we can and can't use on colouring and finishing. I have a piece of chestnut here. And I know it's chestnut because it's got chestnut writ on it, and I writ chestnut on it when I bought it from Michael. Yeah, Michael. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the bowl. Don't know if I'm going to finish the inside of the bowl. See how we go for time. But we want to spend a bit of time on obviously turning the bottom, and then adding some colour, and then obviously some finishes to get to a nice high standard gloss finish. So let's get started. While I'm doing that, we'll get Nick to welcome each and everybody in. There's there's so many in the chat. I've been watching the chat go by as that was playing. So many in the chat. So welcome to each and every one of you guys, and thank you so much, as I always say, for the continuous support that you show us. So I'll hand you over to Nick, and I'll make a start on shaping the bottom of this bowl.
So it looks like first on today was Darren J. Callison.
Hi, Darren.
We also have, I'm sorry. Paul's going to burp. Sid's Repurposing. Wood Rigidity by Colin. Doug Miller at Wood Spun Around. We also have Woodturning by Barry. Andy H is for Turning. We also have Bob Nye. Rex B. Lawrence is on. Bob. Brian at Heartwood Turning. Making a stroll. He's eating his lunch. He's got a bacon and egg roll. Also, that's what the chat's just jumped. Greg Alexander's on. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Amy is on. William Rose Creates is on. Welcome to Robert Dolman, Peter Cochran, Copper Owl Woodturning. TJ Turnan's on. Hope you're going to behave yourself today, Terry. Paul the Greasby Turner. We also have, I don't know, I said Barry's Wood Creations. Pete from Twisted Trees. Trevor P. Hobby Turner. We also have Woodworm Paul, Chris Dodds, Gav Cedar Woodwork. They definitely weren't in order because it's just going mad. Eric Winkler is on. Trevor Reed. Neil M. Clint at Wood Dancers. Like I say every week, if I've missed anyone, when Steve starts chuntering again, then just shout, "Wait, missus, you missed me," and I'll give you a shout out.
Missed me.
Right, I'm not going back at the top now, I'm going at the bottom. If anyone's got any questions as well, can you just again add it to the bottom, because that's where I'll be Well done to everyone who sent in the pictures of the mushrooms. Nick Castle's on. Philip Clements.
Good afternoon to
Joe
each.
Senior's on. Hello, Joe. Hope you're well.
Hello, Joe. Love you, Joe.
Have you upset her again?
No, never. I'd
Mark
never.
Stroughton's on.
Hi,
Robbo
Mark.
Robson's on.
Hi, Robbo. I'd never upset my Joe.
You would. Malcolm Douglas. Brian Watkins. He's Costa Blanca, Spain.
Is that a new name?
Yeah.
Brian Watkins. Welcome, Brian. Hope you enjoy.
Oh, Jennifer's Crafting Creations.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi,
How are you?
Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer. Sorry, I haven't sent your sticker yet, but I will do. I got a load to send out, so I'll send them out in the week. I got. So I'm just
right. Rex B's got a question.
go on,
He
then, Rex.
said, what are the differences from a basis bowl to a normal one?
A what?
If there is one. From a basis bowl to a normal one, if there is one.
Basis, or does he mean basic?
I ain't got a clue. Dr. Bob's on.
Hi, Robert. How you doing? Hope you're well.
Don't know if I mentioned Greg Alexander. He's on as well.
Hi, Greg.
So I've said so many, I can't remember now.
The answer to your question is Rex. I ain't got a clue what a basis bowl is. But if someone in the chat can answer the question,
Perhaps he did mean basic. Robbo said I've got to move my mic a bit. I'm a bit soft. Is that better, Robbo?
so just shape this around.
I don't know. I said Barry's Wood Creations because that's when you get Barry's Wood Creations and
Yeah, it's two
Woodturning by
Barrys.
Barry. Yeah. I reckon I'm a bit too quiet.
Oh yeah, I'll turn you up a little bit then, shall I?
No, that's all right. No, Brian said it's a bit quiet as well. I'll speak a bit louder. Is that better?
That's because they're all old. It's a hearing, that's what it is.
Yeah, perhaps your batteries need changing in your hearing aid, guys.
Right, I will just boost your mic a little bit.
Terry said I'm quiet compared to you. That's because Steve's loud. You see, you think I'm the loud one. It's him.
Right, hang on, let me just boost your mic a little bit. There we go. Which one do I want? That one there. Levels.
Oh, he said in the text below, you said you're doing a basis bowl.
Oh, did I? It's my spelling. It's atrocious.
Yeah, it says this week I'm going to be turning a basis bowl, but with a bit of colour. Basic, he meant. Oh.
Yeah, basic.
I told you to let me read it before you send anything. I've told you this a million times.
Right, there you go. Try that. Is your microphone better now? Speak.
Mark said a basis bowl is a Norfolk dialect for basic, Rex.
Yeah.
They said it's a lot better, I think. Oh, we've got. Now I'm going to say this wrong, but Kitty 602.
Hi, Kitty. Welcome. Right, so just a natural, just a little step on there, and then just a gentle contour on there. So that's the shape I'm going to go for. Nothing high tech. So I'm just going to sand that up to, because we're going to colour, we're going to sand to 240 grit. So we've got a little bit of tear out in there. So I'm going to go from 80 grit. Extraction on. So is your mic volume better now?
Yeah, they seem to say that. Darren's clicking his heels, saying Ben, Ben, Ben.
Mr. Jammins. It'd be a McDonald's, mate.
Yeah, you said kitty. That's kitey.
Is it?
Yeah, they put a picture of a kite on.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah.
So, how old are you?
So no.
Tell you work with young kids.
No.
This bit would actually feel damp.
Oh, Sidley 61 is on.
Hi, Sid.
Yeah, well, Michael did say that they weren't
Totally dry.
totally dry. He put the thing on them, didn't he?
Yeah.
William Rose Create said loud and clear. Is it too loud now?
You perhaps don't want the answer to that one.
Right, Pete from Twisted Trees has a question. Hang on, Steve. Stuff the coloured bowl. Tell us about the volume control for wives.
If it was that easy.
Gonna put another one in my bad books, Pete. Right, that's okay. Along with who was that? Terry and Mark.
Mark's on the top of everybody's list.
Brian's in my good books.
Oh, me and my mate Brian.
Katie said, "Don't worry, people always get it wrong. We know now, so we'll get it right." Robbo said, "Pete, lol, he could make a fortune."
I'd be a millionaire.
Brian's also said, "That's a great question, Pete. Right now, do you want my bad list, Brian? Just as simple as that, look." Brian Watkins has a question. He said, "When you use the inertia sander, do the pads stick with low tack adhesive or
No.
or Velcro, and do you buy them as such?"
Alright, I will show you. Let me get a new pad. So, that's the pad. That's the Velcro pad. Just Velcroed on top. Just as easy as that. All I will say is though, when you take them off, make sure you hold the edge of the Velcro and peel them off. Don't yank them off because you'll tear the sponge. They'll come unattached from the sponge base.
Terry on holiday again tomorrow.
Yeah. Terry's always on holiday.
Is anyone covering his live?
Yeah, Brian. And before you ask, I doubt it.
What?
The link.
He'll have it in by the end, won't he?
He will do if you pressurise him.
Mark's just sent me his. I've got his up now.
So just do the inside.
He's doing an elephant bowl part 2.
Very nice. All the animal lovers will be on his case. So 320, then 400. You can use Yorkshire grip before you colour, but I'm not going to. But if you do use Yorkshire grip before you colour, just make sure you use methylated spirits to take all the wax out of the wood before you colour.
Grumpy's Woodturning's on. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Colin said, so what's the next 2-week challenge?
Oh, I can't. No, that's going to be monthly. We're putting a monthly, Colin. So the next one will be October. First week in October, I will announce it on the Sunday.
Steve, Jennifer said your mic's a little bit too loud.
Too loud. Let's turn it down a little bit then.
We've got Ricky's Rockets on.
Hi, Ricky.
Him. Oh, Brian's put on there. Only one challenge a month, guys. Next one is the first week in October. I wish this pins and needles would go. Hey, Benjamin's on.
There you go, Jennifer. Is that better? Right, so last one, 400 grit.
Amy put the devil has been summoned. Terry Bartlett, hi Steve and Nikki, and all from Plymouth Woodturners.
Hi Terry, how you doing?
They're all saying, asking Ben if he's been to Mackey's. GTD Blair is on.
Hi Blair, how you doing? Right, so that's landed up to 400.
Norman Greenwell is on. I think I might have mentioned him. I'm not sure. Like I say, so many people. Woodward Dubrow Colin, when you got your SC4, did you get an adapter with it or did you buy it separately?
Colin, if you're going to buy the SC4, buy the whole kit, mate. Don't buy the companion chuck. It works out about £6 cheaper to buy the companion chuck than it does to buy the whole kit. So you're better off buying the whole kit. You get a spare set of jaws, you get a new chuck key, you get the whole lot. So do yourself a favour, buy the whole kit. I got my SC4 companion chuck, then I had to buy an insert for it, which worked out, like I say, about £6 difference. So I'd have rather paid the £6 difference and got a spare set of 50mm jaws and a chuck key. So, like I say, buy the whole thing. Right.
Robbo said the hedgehog makes a brief appearance. Very short hedgehog as well.
Right, so that's sanded now up to 400 grit. Blown the dust out of the grain, but what I am going to do, well, I would if I had some. I think I've used all the methylated spirits. You can clean all that out with methylated spirits, but I've used my last methylated spirits yesterday, so I haven't got any. But if not, you can use an air line just to blow out all the dust.
Benjamin didn't go to Mackey's today. He's had Marmite on toast.
Oh.
Pete said he thinks he's away the first Sunday in October, so he won't be able to do the next month's challenge.
That's right, Pete. I'll message you.
Eric's got a question. He says, Steve or anyone, when you're making a double bowl, one on top of the other with a finial, is it a bad idea to have 4 different kinds of wood, making it too busy?
I don't know. I don't.
You've never done that before, have you?
Never done that, so I wouldn't know. I would.
Someone in the chat might be able to answer it.
Yeah, you don't want to make it too busy, obviously, because you want to focus. You don't want to focus on all different things. It's down to the preferences. You mate. That's what you really want.
Woodturning by Barry said that's good. I should be able to use my lathe by then, Steve.
Good.
Mark said sounds a bit busy from the description, Eric. Grumpy's Woodturning. Please remember to contact me if you're interested in doing the woodturning sticker swap with me. My email is grumpyswoodturning@gmail.com and we can exchange information. We can do this with each other. Robbo says Eric depends on the colours. Sidley61 said Eric, if that's what you want to do, go for it.
Yeah, it's down to your own preference, really. It's down to what you want to.
Darren said he's disappointed. He was expecting a mohawk.
Oh, thanks, Darren, for that.
Colin's got a question. I've ordered the whole kit for my birthday present from Deb, but not sure if it comes with the adapter.
Right, if you've ordered the SC4 as a whole complete kit, it comes standard unless otherwise stated as the M33.3.5. It won't come other thread unless you request it, because you have to buy a separate adapter for it. So if you've ordered the SC4 as a complete set, it should come at M33 by 3.5, which is the right chuck for your lathe column. Right, so colour. You can do, well, using the intrinsics, which is the Hampshire Sheen range, which are water based. You can do several different things. You can either just go for one colour, multiple colours fading it from light to dark or dark to light. You can put a black on first and then sand back, so the black enhances the green. There's a massive amount of things that you can do by adding colours, and it's all about playing with them and trial and error. I always keep an old piece, which I've got chucked around here somewhere, which I can't find, just to practice different techniques on the bottom. So if you've got an old blank that there's not the best blank in the world, just a bit like Stuart Farini does, just turn a rough shape on it, try your colouring on it. Even with water-based stains, they'll soak into the grain, but they only go maybe a mil and a half in, so you can just quickly turn them off and obviously keep practicing and trying different effects. So what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to coat this with black first, and the black should soak into the soft grain.
Ooh.
And then that's, are you right?
No, I just hit my arm on this red thing.
All right, should it soak into the soft grain, and then as we sand it back, it should then enhance the soft grain. So then we put our colour on, it gives us a bit of a 3D definition look. So we'll get the black first.
Right, Brian said, I'm not that disorganised. He's put his link in for his channel. That weren't on there a minute ago, I'm sure.
Well done, Brian. Well done, Brian.
John Scarborough's on. Good afternoon, John.
Hi, John. Hope you're well.
Woodward's by Colin said, awesome, thanks. That'll save me 17 quid, lol.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so black intrinsic. Give it a good shake. Even if they've only been sat there an hour or so, make sure you give them a good shake. You can put this on with an airbrush, but I'm going to put it on with a cloth. So we're going to give it a nice generous coat all over to cover that wood, and we want it to soak into the soft grain, so when we sand it back we only get the soft grain bit left. And what you will find, depending on how the grain on the wood sits, you'll get one side which seems to really soak it really well, and then you'll get another side that seems not to want to soak it in at all due to the way the grain lays on the wood. So I'm going to cover the whole piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and leave the bottom just black. So I'm not going to try and sand the bottom too much. So we're just going to leave that to dry a few seconds. Get the heat gun on it, just to try and flash it off a little. It's not turned on. Try and flash it off a little bit quicker.
Eric said the 2 bowls are walnut with a strip between 2 bowls is sweet gum with something diamonds in the strip. Then the top 4 finial something strip. I can't remember. We keep going up to the mahogany finial.
Paduke is strip between the bowls, sweet gum with Paduke diamonds. Yeah. In that strip, then the fine finial Paduke strip boutique. Should be alright because they're very similar colours. Right, so I'm going to go 120 to sand this back. Don't want to go too mad onto it, in a case of stop starting until you get it to where you want it. Making sure the extractor's on.
Christine and Michael Heseltine are on.
Hello, Christine and Michael. Hope you're both well.
John said, I noticed you apply the colour to the cloth, not the wood. Is there a reason for that, Steve?
No, I've just always, that's the way that I've always watched Martin and the way Martin does it. I don't suppose there's really, I suppose the trouble is if you spray it onto the wood, it's going to land where it lands, it's going to soak into that part even more. So with the cloth, you seem to get a bit of a more even coat on it. Right, so I'm just going to stop that, see what we've got. So as you can see, it's just leaving the black within the soft grain of it, and obviously this is a bit softer, and they're a bit softer. So we'll just sand that back a little bit more. So what we need to do now is we need to go back up to our 400 grit, ready for our next colour. So just light passes to take it up to the 400 for the next one. So last one, 400 grit. So there we go. As you can see, you can't really see on that camera. It's gone overhead.
Brian Collins. Oh, he's read it. That's all right.
So as you can see, we've got a bit. Obviously, it's a bit harder there than there because we've got more black in there, and the same on that one. We've got this is a bit lighter, and then there is a bit darker. But that's the sort of that will enhance the different effects that you can get on your wood. So we need to pick some colours now.
Robbo also said that you tend to get blotches of colour rather than an even coat.
Yeah, if you spray it onto the wood, obviously if we sprayed black onto there, because it's soft, it's going to soak it in really quick. But there, obviously, it's hard, so it's going to be like they said, it's going to be blotchy and patchy. So obviously on your cloth, you can get a bit more of an even coat on it. So colours, again, totally down to the individual. My go-to colours are yellow, reds, and blues. So I think I'm going to go. What do you reckon? Blue and purple? No. I'm going to go ruby red and honey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do dark at the bottom into the honey at the top. The reason being is because then we'll go black, red, yellow. So we'll use the yellow first, always your lightest colour first, because the red will go over the yellow won't go over the red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the whole piece in the honey. So again, make sure you shake it well. Nice, good coat over the yellow. Over the piece. And you will get colour bleed, so obviously you can see the black's coming off onto the cloth, but that's not going to be an issue. And your colours will look pale until you get a finish on them, or until they've been sanded and sealed and you get a finish on them. So if they start looking a bit pale, don't fret. It's got a little bit of a hole in there. There you go. Right, so that's the yellow one. Let's bring you on a tailstock camera. So there's the yellow one. So we're going to keep our yellow cloth just in case we want to put a bit more yellow on. So now we're going to put a bit of the flame on. So again, shake it. So not flame, this is ruby, sorry. Excuse me, and I don't want to go too far up that, so I'm just going to try and feather that in on the lower part. What you can do is you can blend the colours in as you get, as you work it in, you can blend the colours together. Oh, look, that's what happens when you splash it. It's got some splash lines on it now, look. So what we're going to try and do now is I'm going to try, let's bring it on that one there, you might be able to see both then. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and blend these colours in a little bit, so they blend in a little bit better.
Robbo's put a link on for his online tuition on Saturday.
Right.
Dara's on.
Hi, Dara. Right, so we'll dry it off with a hot air gun. Let's just put a bit of feather that bit yellow in a little bit better.
Grumpy said it looks like it's got jaundice.
Right. So we just dry it off a little bit with a hot air gun. So the next stage is sand and sealing it. Once you've got your colour what you want, a lot of people say water-based stain, cellulose sand and sealer. But if you haven't got cellulose sand and sealer, you can use acrylic, but just be aware that it's obviously water-based, and if you put a water-based sealer on it, you're actually going to water down the colour a little bit. Right, so cellulose sand and sealer. Chestnut cellulose sand and sealer, thin down 60-40, 60% cellulose sand and sealer, 40% thinners. Now you are going to get, when you put this on, you are going to get some of the colour onto your tissue. So try not to apply too much pressure so you're dragging the colours into each other. Because if you do, it'll just, being yellow and red, it'll just end up going brown. And what I've found is the better that you get the sand and sealer applied and the coats, the better the shine you will get on the finish. So spend a bit of time putting a couple of coats of sand and sealer on. We've given it a chance to dry in between coats a little bit. Are you peeling something?
Potatoes.
All right.
Is it really noisy?
No. what you'll find is when you put your sand and sealer on, the grain will swell a little bit. So we're going to have to knock that back, or denib it, whatever you want to call it. So that's our 2 coats of sand and sealer.
Mark said this is where the spray-on sealer can be an advantage.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. The only problem with the spray-on sand and sealer, I'm not a great lover of it because I don't think you get a decent thick coat over it.
And it goes all over your machine.
Yeah, and it goes all over your machine. At least with the pre-fin or the fin stuff, you get a nice good coating over it. But each to their own. Right, so that should be dry. So I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite to denib this. And what this should do is knock it back. You can knock it back to get rid of that, but you can use some of the shavings that come off of it. So let's use some of the shavings to denib it.
Robbo said, look out, she has a knife. Darren says, Nikki has engaged stealth cooking mode.
Or burnish, as they call it. Burnishing it, as they call it, not denibbing it. So this should bring us back a bit of a sheen. And also get rid of all those little bits that's risen while we've added the colour or the sand and sealer. So we should have a nice smooth finish now, which we have. Take my gloves off. There we go, we've got a nice sheen on there now. You can see there's a little bit of a sheen on there. So you can either lacquer, wax, whatever. What else can you do? You can add gill cream to it or embellishing wax. Actually, let's add some embellishing wax to it, I think. So we're going to go with, what colour do you reckon? Silver? No, I don't want silver. Gold, I reckon.
Sidley said he's not a fan either.
What, the spray? No, you don't seem to get a thick coat over it. Let's use the gold Hampshire Sheen embellishing wax over the top of that. So what we're going to do is Hampshire Sheen gold embellishing wax. What this should do is fill the low grade. Since it's quite a loose grain piece, it should fill some of that grain up and leave some of the black behind. So I'm going to rub this over. Are you watching the chat?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm just doing something.
So rub that in. Put it in the bottom as well. So we've got that same effect in the bottom.
Do you go on top chat or live chat?
Live chat.
What was on top chat? Dara said they can't get the spray sealer there in the States. Doug's saying they got it on Amazon. Colin sent Record Power an inquiry so he can find out what he does get and what he doesn't, because it's coming up with different things.
Right.
Mark's done a super chat for flowers for me.
Thank Mark, thanks for that.
Dara said, and we can only get cellulose and no acrylic.
All right.
And
Acrylic's
chestnut isn't available there either.
Right, so that's the embellishing wax on. And as you can see, that's filled to grey with that goldy flick. So we're going to polish that off now. So this should take off all the wax that we don't need. So I'm using the same cloth to start with to get a bit of heat in it that I put it on with. just to get a bit of warmth in it. Now I'm going to put the clean piece to take off all the wax we don't need.
Copper says switch cameras to show the profile of the bowl. You must have done that since that camera. I don't know. Pete said Mark only did that as he pinched Nikki's place on yesterday's earworm panel. Sid said he makes his own sealer with shellac, a weak mix.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. I think Brian does the same, to be honest.
Dara said that she gets Martin sand and sealer from Woodworld of TX.
Yeah. Martin sand and sealer's pre-finned, so you don't need to fin that one. So there you can see the embellishing wax has filled our low grain. Let's take that out so you get a bit better look at it. Just put it on the camera, that one. So you can see the embellishing wax has just filled that soft grain. Just makes it, just enhances that colouring a little bit better. So we can put a finish over that. You can either put a wax over it, but to be honest, I don't like putting wax over embellishing wax. The reason being is sometimes if you've got a little bit of a recess, the wax will sit on top of the embellishing wax and make it go a funny colour. I know Martin does it, but so I know it can be done. So I would normally not sand and seal. I would normally lacquer that, which we can do. People say you can't put a lacquer over a wax. You can do, as long as you don't buff it too hard. If you lightly buff it, there isn't a problem. It's only when you buff it too hard and you cause it to generate too much heat. Make sure I got the right lacquer. You end up.
Use them colours a lot.
What's colours?
The red and the yellow.
Yeah, I know I do. I like your red and yellow. It's my go-to colours.
Brian said I've gone quiet again. It's probably because I moved the mic. Colin said he loves the colours. Doug Miller has to go. He said that looks great.
Thank you, Doug.
Bye,
See you later,
Doug.
mate. Thanks for coming over.
I was just going to say.
All right, you say it then. You say it then. So if I lacquer that now, I can't do the inside, can I? Do I do the inside or don't I? Do I do a finished bowl?
Show me. No, yeah, you've got to do the inside.
All right, I'll do the inside. I won't lacquer it now. I'll lacquer it afterwards and put it on the book.
It's 1:45, so you've got a little one.
Yeah, I don't want to be moaned at like I was yesterday.
Did you run over?
No. Right. So let's do the inside then. And then what I'll do is I'll finish the inside. I'm just going to finish the inside natural because I don't want to take the effect from the back of the bowl or the outside of the bowl. So finish the inside natural.
Oh, natural.
So we'll face this off. Actually, before we do that, let's play the Mushroom Week again so everybody can see the Mushroom Week.
Oh yes, let's play the Mushroom Week.
Oh yes, play the Mushroom Week. So here's the Mushroom Week. If you didn't see it before, some awesome work. And congratulations to everybody who took part. go. Awesome pieces, absolutely awesome. I love it. Just amazing how many people take part in not the challenge, but just nice to see that people pull together and work together, and it makes it interesting that everybody likes to share their work, and I really enjoy it. It's really great stuff. Right, so let's get this hollowed out. I'm going to face this off. Thank you very much, Darren, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Mark, as well. Thank you very much. So let's get this. I'm going to face this off because it's not very true. Like I say, I'm going to put that video up when I finish here. I'm going to stick it on YouTube so everybody can see it. And everybody who took part should be very proud of themselves. And ready for the next one. This wood is a bit damp, so hopefully if I hollow it out, it's actually going to warp a little bit and get a bit of a hoo-ha shape on it. Right, so move that down. So let's start getting, I'm using the 1/2 inch bowl gouge to start moving this out.
Did you answer William's question?
Oh no, sorry, William Rose, I can't remember the question now. What was the question?
Do you ever use a bronze brush to open up the grain?
If I'm burning, William, yes I do. If I'm just doing normal pieces, then no.
Grumpy said firefighter colours, like me.
Yeah. I do like reds and yellows. They're nice, warm, summery colours, aren't they?
Chris Dodd says, Steve, those colours really bring up the grain nicely. Good one.
Thank you very much.
Dara said, working on a piece yesterday, applied the colours and sealed. Top coat with OSMO, top oil.
Osmo
Put a second coat on today after work.
Yeah.
Copper Ale said, that is beautiful, Steve. Great job.
Thank you very much.
John Scarborough said, I'm not over keen on the colouring, Steve, but that looks great.
Thank you.
It's nice to have people's honest opinions.
Yeah, and it's nice. And I was just reading some of the comments when the mushroom thing was on, and it's nice that people are adding different, like Kitey, is it Kitey?
Yeah.
Kitey was saying about using acrylics, and then Pete replied that if you use acrylics, they're going to fill the grain because they're so thick. So it's nice to know that people are helping each other and people have got ideas, and all those ideas make the hobby a little bit more interesting. So
you've answered Kitey's question. Dara said, I'll post the finished piece when it's done if I don't mess it up, like Robbo says.
So just hog this out.
Pete said, Steve, if you oil it, you can apparently lacquer over it in 3 days.
Well, okay.
So Pete's answered Kitey's question.
It's good to know.
Super chat from Darren J. Callison. Flowers for Nikki.
Thank you, Darren.
I'll make sure he gets them. They're obviously commenting on the mushrooms. So Dara said, nice job, everyone. Amy said, brilliant work, everyone.
Yeah, some nice work. Really nice work.
Grumpy's, wow, those mushrooms have a lot of character. I loved all of them. Outstanding job, everyone.
Very good. I do
good
like
work,
them.
Learner. Hi, all. Welcome. Really good mushrooms. Well done.
Just going to sharpen this gouge because I want a little short gouge to get in there.
Amy's got to go. She's going to her friends.
See you later, Amy. Thanks for coming over.
Take care, Amy. John said some great work in the mushroom week. Thanks for taking the time to collate it all, Steve.
Not a problem. Just nice that everybody's pulled together and done them. I'm more than happy to just do a short video.
So Robbo said to Kitey, oil and stains are penetrating coat that allows the grain to show through. Paint and lacquer are surface coatings and hide the grain. Darren said, yep, that's about the only thing I like about turning green wood, letting it warp. I used the heat gun on several green turned mushrooms to warp them.
Yes, that is green. You can see by the strings coming off it, it's green. So I want a nice even coat for it, because being green, if not, that'll crack. So
Katie said thank you for the info. Mark says some really nice precise cuts there, Steve.
well, I am to please, Mark. I've got to show you this. I've got to go on this camera, because when I was just turning this, the ribbons coming off this is absolutely outstanding.
Woodwork learner, just to let you know, I can't help others much as I mainly have no idea. That's what they're here for, to help. Grumpy's got a question. What camera system do you use? I'm interested in it for my channel.
Right, just 1 second.
Let me just count. Right, Brian said that's Danish oiled, if my memory serves, 3 days.
Right, so Grumpy camera system. I run through OBS, and I use two Canon. Oh no, let me get this right. R806s, I think they are, camcorders for this camera and my overhead camera. The back camera is a Logitech 930C, no 920C, sorry. And then the other cameras around that I intro on and on the drill press, and the other cameras are all 4K cameras that I got off Amazon. There is a link for the cameras that I use other than the Logitech in the description of this video and all my other videos. As for OBS, I am in the process of doing a video on OBS, how to basically from downloading OBS to installing 2 or 3 cameras, and also getting camera picture in picture like this sort of, so you get picture in picture like this, how to set that up. But it's taken a little bit longer than what I expected, so I'm in the process of doing that. So hopefully that'll be out in the next couple of weeks. I did do a live, but to be honest, a live was a little bit hectic, because there's a lot of information to cram into a live. At least with a video, you can go back and watch it. If you're not saying that, the live you can now. So yeah, there will be a video of that. But if we can help you when you're setting up, then don't hesitate to message me, and I will help you where I can. Right, so let's get this core out.
Barry's Wood Creations said brilliant effort with the mushrooms week by everyone. Thanks, Steve, for putting the video up.
Not a problem.
Darren said, by the way, my mushroom was natural, no finish, but I wet it to get it to show up in the picture. Beard time 16 is on.
Hi, Rich, how you doing, mate?
Funny smell, eh?
That's this bit of wood.
Oh,
or either that or your deodorant, one or two.
Copper Owl says 3 days just ensures that the oil is dry cured before finishing. If it's still tacky, then you know the oil went off.
Alright, so
Grumpy said thank you. Right. Oh, my foot stuck.
So when you're back cutting, just be careful you don't catch your wing on the inside of your bowl. You're better off going so far than stopping and then coming in from the other way. It's actually a bit high, that tool rest. Don't you just hate when you just get that little tiny nib in the middle there? Right, so I think I've got a nice smooth finish around there, which is pretty good.
Woodwork learner said his mushroom's still in the hallway waiting for the housing association to fix the leaks.
Right, so as you can see, I don't know if you can see there, there's a little bit of the yellow has actually come through the wood where the grain's quite soft there. So we'll get that sanded. I'm going to sand that up with a drill.
Have you not got an end one so we can see the...
An end one?
Where it's come through, like camera.
Well, you won't see it. You can't really see it. It's
Oh, right.
just there. The colour's just come through the grain because the grain's quite soft there. So I'm going to sand this up from 80 grit up to 240 because we're going to Yorkshire grit the middle. And we're going to leave it au naturel. So dust extraction on. Don't remember, guys, always use your dust extraction.
Talking to Yorkshire grit, is Glenn still alright?
Yeah, Glenn's still away. Sunning it up in... Well, he's on his way back, I believe, now.
Right. Bet he's done some miles.
Yeah.
Copper Owl said, do not funnel at Steve.
No.
Andy H said, one more cut, lol.
No, no more cuts.
That really smells.
Sure ain't you?
Shut up. Keep being horrible, make you buy me tea instead of me cooking it.
Might be safer.
Right, I'm going.
Right. So we're taking this up to 240 grit. Oh, that's wet. Love you, babe. I got the birdie, I did.
I bet you want your hair cutting next. Mind you, my memory will have blinked I've forgotten by then.
Yeah. You'll be forgotten by tomorrow.
Chris Dodd said, I can breathe now, Steve.
See
Phil Clement said, thanks for excellent show. He's off to bed. Thank you for
you
coming
later,
along,
Phil.
Phil.
Thank you.
Copper Owl said, I made a natural edged halo, ouch, a couple of days ago. Redeemed myself yesterday.
So that's what we're on now. 180 grit. I only ever used to do 80, 120, 240, 240, the 400 and 600. But I actually tried going in between grits and I get a lot better finish. So I actually do now 80, 120, 180, 240, 320, then 400. And I seem to get a better finish. That's 180 grit. So our final grit 240. And then we can Yorkshire grit it.
Darren said, Steve, watch out for the green scum on the top of your cuppa. It might be rat poison, lol. With comments like that. Steve, hashtag Steve lives dangerously. He does.
Danger's my middle name. Actually, I thought it was Leslie. Right. So we sanded up to 240 grit. So we just
Leslie.
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 Nobody's going to get that joke, are they?
Probably. People that got kids might.
Right. So just blow that out there. Get rid of the dust out of the grain. So what we're going to do is sand and seal that now. Before we put our Yorkshire grit on. Always sand and seal before you Yorkshire grit.
Robbo said that is a surprise, Steve.
What's that? What's the surprise?
Probably that you live dangerously. That's what he said earlier. What do you say? You mate, you're a responsible adult. I nearly wet myself. I laughed so much. Responsible adult. Yeah, right.
Well, I get myself dressed in all sorts.
And you said something else as well. Made me laugh.
Well, as long as I keep you entertained, that's all that matters.
That's what you're here for, I suppose. And pay the bills.
Alright, so again, nice good coat of sand and sealer, making sure you work it well in.
keep me in the life I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, which is a good life.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, isn't it? Hard old life, isn't it?
I'm surprised you ain't told everyone about our holiday.
What holiday?
How much I spent.
Oh, no, I'll let you tell people how much you spent when we was on holiday.
Oh, Sidley's got to go. Said looking good, Steve. Bye all. Bye, Sidley.
See you later, mate. Thank you very much for coming over. Right,
Oh,
so...
Robbo said the grits. The surprise was the grits.
All right.
Benjamin said, found out the other day that my brother was making me a chopping board made from you.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Ben. Right, so I'm going to denib it this time with a Scotch Brite. So this will just get rid of those little nibs that have come up while we've sanded and sealed. Don't really need to do this if you're using Yorkshire grit, but let's do it anyway. Yorkshire grit will knock it back. So let's get the Yorkshire grit out. Yorkshire grit original. So as we all know, Yorkshire grit original is an abrasive paste, not a finish. So we're going to rub it on before we start, making sure we work it right in. And then we're going to turn the lathe on about 500 RPM. We're just going to gently work that in. Let the tissue do the work. Don't need to apply no major pressure. Let the paste between the tissue and the piece do all the cutting. So gently work that over. Spend a bit of time doing it, 2 or 3 minutes. And if you're applying too much pressure, you'll notice that it'll get really hot. So then you'll know to back off and, like I say, let the paste do the abrasive work. You don't need to push on it at all.
Grumpy's off as well, says good night all.
See you later, mate. Thanks for coming over.
Chris Dodd said, Ben, you can't pick your rellies. And Brian's made a funny. Think he might be trying to tell you something, Ben.
So if you do your Yorkshire grit original properly, it should take you up to about 1,000 grit.
Grumpy said outstanding show.
Thank you, Grumpy. Have a great week, sir. So we're now going to turn it, give it a little bit more speed. I'm just going to finish that off. So
Benjamin said, I have 3 brothers, so I have 3 brothers, so he's also going to have to take the other 2 out if he wants all the inheritance. Darren said, Ben, tell your brother he's not trying hard enough. He has to make you a red wine goblet from you.
If he's got 3 brothers, he's only got to take one of the others out. If he's took Ben out as well, hasn't he?
No, he'd have to take 2 out, wouldn't he?
No, because there's 3 brothers. The brothers
no,
has made the.
Them. No,
Oh,
he's 4 of them.
Oh, I thought you said the 3, but he's got 3 brothers.
Yeah, he has. That means him and he's got 3 brothers. There's 4 of them all together. Get your calculator out.
Oh yeah, yeah, true.
Darren said, I thought Steve was standing inside, not outside. I mean, outstanding. Ruby Claire's on.
Hi, Ruby. How are you? Hope you're well.
Woodwork Learner said, just make sure it's spent before he has the chance, Ben.
Yeah.
Norman Greenmill said, another nice piece of turning.
So we've sanded. No, we haven't. We Yorkshire gritted that now, so it's nice and smooth up to 1,000 grit. So now we're going to apply some Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax just to give it a nice shine.
Brian said, oh my God, there is more than one Ben. Ricky's Rocket said, is you a poisonous timber?
Yes, it is. You don't make anything that's going to be consumed out of it, because yeah, it won't do you no favours.
William Rose had a question. He said, is that horse chestnut or sweet chestnut, and is there a difference in the timber?
Yes, and yes. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what it is. I just was told it was chestnut when I bought it. And like everybody knows in the chat, I am useless with different types of woods. So that I couldn't tell you. The guy I got it from is not in the chat today. So if he was in the chat, then we'd be able to tell. But I don't know. Is the honest answer?
They're all saying get you a calculator and counting classes.
Let's get rid of these up here out of the way. Right, so we're going to buff this out. Again, with a Hampshire Sheen High Gloss wax, you don't need no major pressure. You'll just burnish off the wax, and you don't need to do that. Just get a clean tissue. Right, so I think
Darren said this is shaping up like a question for Battle of the Makers. How many brothers does Ben have? Chris Spinning Wood Dodger is on. Says good afternoon, Steve and Nikki.
Hi, Chris. Hope you're well.
Well, Darren said you is poisonous, and apparently red wine makes it even more so. There you go.
Right, so let's get this out. I think we're there. So
Brian said, talking about Battle of the Makers, that's on next Friday.
it is on next Friday. We are back. But yeah, it's come around quick, innit? It's come around quick. So there we go. That looks really pale, that camera. Let me see if I can just start with the colour of that. That does look really pale. That look better. Right, so there we go. Finished natural inside, just with the Hampshire Sheen. And then we got the honey, ruby red, black with gold embellishing wax on the outside. And what I will do is I will lacquer this. I'll give it perhaps 6 or 7 coats of lacquer, get a high gloss on it, and then what I'll do is I'll buff it back till we get a nice high spec finish on it, and I'll get some pictures up on Facebook and Instagram for it. So there we go.
Chris said, where is it? Did you go to Peterborough last Sunday, Steve?
Did I go to Peterborough? Oh, the Land Rover show? No, I didn't. No, I didn't want to go this year because there's too many people about.
We don't do people.
Well, no, it's not that. It was with what's been going on in the pandemic and all that. I just thought for this year.
Outside.
I know, but I just thought I'd give it a miss, to be honest.
You went to Cambridge.
Thanks, Ben. Lovely walnut bowl. Thanks, Ben.
Lawrence says, it's a nice piece, Steve. Well done. Barry's Wood Creation. Lovely job, Steve, as always.
Thank you.
Chris Dodds put Ricky's rocket. Unless it's for your mother-in-law, then it's okay. Woodridge by Colin. Very nice. Steve Hales on. Welcome, Steve. He gives a thumbs up.
Thank you very much.
Darren says, lovely work, Steve. Woodwork learner is Glyn banned to give the rest of us a chance. Woodwork learner, nice work, Steve. Thank you. Looking great, Steve, and well done, Nikki. I didn't do anything. William Rose says, looks great. Benjamin, lovely walnut bowl, Steve. Well done. Nick Castle, very nice indeed. Oh, Texas Hula. Never heard of them before. Handsome piece.
Thank you very much.
Mark says, looks great, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Beckett.
Nice live, Steve and Nikki. Got to run and get ready for work. See you all later. Take care, Dara. Copper Owl says, beautiful bowl, Steve. John Scarborough, very nice bowl, Steve. Great information. Informative live.
Oh, thank you very much.
Trevor P, nice job, Steve, and thanks for producing the mushroom video. Darren Adam, get rid of the ad. It gives you 5 seconds less delay. Spirit Wind, Woodstone and Bone says, beautiful bowl. I'm going to have to get some of that Hampshire polish. Lawrence, thanks Nikki for your presentation. Thanks. Malcolm Douglas, lovely job and thanks for putting the mushroom video together. Mark said, Ben, I'm not turning a piece of walnut tomorrow night. In brackets, not really, lol. Gav said, nice work, Steve. Brian, excellent demo as usual. Steve and Nikki, great job, guys. Andy H, nice one, Steve. Kaiti, nice job. Good fun as normal. Robert Dolman, very nice bowl, Steve. Darren says, stay safe and keep well, everyone, and keep the shavings hitting the floor. And oh, the links for Brian's, just put his link in for his video for tomorrow. Not his video.
He's live. Do you want to chuck Mark's in quickly?
I've got Mark's here. This is the link for Mark's live tomorrow. He could have put it in himself, really.
Yeah, he's half asleep, isn't he?
So there's the link. He's just done it and I've done it. So that's Mark's as well. And then you've got Brian's further up. Woodbridge by Colin, very well explained too, Steve. Sid's awesome stuff, Steve, both the bowl and the mushroom slideshow. There you go. Thank you, everyone.
Well, thank you very much for all the lovely comments. Very much appreciated. So, just quickly, nice little piece. Like I say, I'll lacquer it and then get some pictures up. And then I actually might stick this one. I actually do like it. I might actually stick this one up for sale rather than stick it in the box. I don't know. We'll see. And the haircut's not too bad too. Thank you, Chris. Right, so with that, let's go back on camera. Let's have a look. Intro cam. Right, so once again, thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. Very much appreciated. And again, absolutely awesome work from everybody who took part in the mushroom. I'm not going to call it a challenge because it's not a challenge. It's about getting people in their workshops, having a go. That's what it's all about. And it's really, really good. And you guys thank me for doing the video. I just really appreciate that you guys take the time to send me the pictures. For me to do a short video that takes me no more than 45 minutes, I am more than happy to do that because it just shows how much commitment you guys have got to me to take part. So I really do appreciate that. There will be another one. The next one is beginning of next month, October. So what's that, 2 weeks away? So we'll do on that the first Sunday of October. I will then be doing whatever the next one is on that Sunday. The next one is a little bit more challenging and it's seasonal. So obviously it's October, so you perhaps got a bit of a clue what it's going to be. So, but you will see in October. So pop over and check it out. So with that, have an amazing week. I will see you guys most probably in someone's live during the week. Make sure you pop over and check out Brian tomorrow lunchtime. He's covering for Terry. He's covering for occasionally turning by Terry or with Terry. Then Mark's on tomorrow night, and the list is the same as it has been for weeks and weeks and weeks. If you're subscribed to the channel, then you will get notified as soon as they put a link up or the live goes live. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great weekend, or what's left of the weekend. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next weekend. Next Friday, Battle of the Makers. Make sure you're here for Battle of the Makers. So we'll see. At the moment, the Wood Warriors and the Gold Hunters are peg and peg, 5 points each.
Peg and peg, that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Leg and leg. No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, there you go. Look, I'll see you tomorrow night in Mark's live because apparently he wants me to air one. So yes, Mark, I will, mate, anytime. So yeah, so the Gold Hunters and the Wood Warriors are neck and neck at the moment, 5 points each. We're going to run through till November to make it an odd number, so we will see whether the Gold Hunters can pull it back or whether the Wood Warriors are on their winning streak and can climb ahead towards the end. So we'll see. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow in Mark's live. Enough waffling. Have a great day. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Say bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
See you, folks.
That's all, folks.